Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dan, and this is our free sentiment timing weekly video report for Tuesday, May 17th, 2016. So the markets have been pretty volatile lately, and it's pretty much exactly what was anticipated. And each big bounce that comes through, we hear everyone, saying this time's different. You got to buy it, and the next day they give it all back. And this is what frustrates a lot of people. And unless you know what is, what really the overall trend is, and when the top was supposed to be in and when the low is supposed to be in, you get caught, buying at the tops and selling at the lows, and it's it's one of the most important things is to be able to track what how people are feeling about the market, and that's through the sentiment part of it, and when these turn dates are supposed to be happening. So without further ado, let's get started. At Sentiment Timing, we believe that human beings in the markets are irrational, and there's always going to be an irrational element at work. And that is what creates market opportunities. Now, we try to find these opportunities by doing the time technical time indicators, and that's what Woody does to predict when the markets are going to reverse, both high and low. We're not just looking low. From there, we match it up with sentiment, how traders are feeling. So if we were looking for a high, then and sentiment is at extreme bullishness, then you start looking for a price where the S&P may turn, because even if you don't trade just the S&P or whatever, even if you're with stocks or anything, the rising tide is going to take all boats, and the same thing with a falling tide. So if you're sitting there buying stocks when the overall market trend's about to turn down, you're going to get slaughtered. But when the markets are crashing down and everybody thinks we're going to zero, and now you could buy these stocks on at bargain prices, and you just know it may not be exactly the exact day, but it's usually within that time period. You're going to see the markets turn, and you're going to be holding on to positions that are going to be making you a lot of money. So in a trending market, when we have these moves that go straight up, they're boring. Everybody believes that they can make, this is it. This is the way it's going to be forever. And I know that just through our subscription base, because when we're in this kind of market, we don't get new subscribers. Everyone believes it. But once we start getting these moves, we start getting bombarded with subscribers, because now nobody knows what's going on. And the problem is that when we're dropping down like this, all the people that aren't subscribers are now selling and capitulating. So when we get this big move up, they're not just going to jump right back in because they just went through this pain right here. So what happens is they start jumping in up here, and then when we get this move, they get washed out again. So knowing when to anticipate these turns, it's vital. And time is in a lot of some of the most famous traders out there believe that time is more important than price, because how do you know when where to start looking for a reversal in price if you don't know when it's supposed to reverse? So anyway, the whole concept is when you're at the euphoria, you want to start looking for tops. When you're at the capitulation, you start looking for bottoms, and that's really the whole thing. So since the 7th, April 7th, we knew that there's a sell point due near April 22nd. So he wasn't anchored to that date, and we actually put down the 20th after it. But it could be, a technical breakdown or a kill zone. Now, the last kill zone we had, it's not even on that, sorry. We saw the S&P drop 240 points in 14 days. Is that going to happen now? I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. We're going to start seeing where support levels hold. And on top of that, when all this is all taking place. If we don't see this happen, until days before the low date's coming in, then no, we're probably not going to get a kill zone. But we already know when to expect a low, and that's it. So any rally that they give us right now, it's a blessing to short. And I was short in IWM yesterday near the top and closed them today, and made a very good return on a trade that I held for 5 or 6 hours. That's it. So Sentiment was at extremes all the way up here. When we came down, we knew that we were getting some low sentiment readings, and we actually warned of some kind of bounce, and that's pretty much exactly what has taken place. Was we were down here, we got the nice, we got a nice little bounce for a few days, and now everybody believes that we're right back up into the trend right now. But again, when the market's heading up and it's trending, everybody believes that they just know, okay, I don't need anything, I don't need any information, because it's just, this market's just easy. I'm just going to hold on to my longs. But the thing is that we knew going back, all the way from here, that a top was coming here. So once it starts coming there, what happens is you just start looking at resistance zones. So we knew our top was in this time period. Here's the resistance zone 1, here's resistance zone 2, and here's resistance zone 3. And that's it. You just start shorting, and from there we had the big move down. And what's going to happen is I have this green thing, because this is pretty much, the time period that we're looking, even though you're not going to be able to figure that out. But this is the target area. So but the problem with this, with looking at targets, is, let's say within the next couple days, we see the S&P trading all the way down here. Does that mean it's going to be a low just because we're at a 50% retracement? No, because it's not time-wise. It's not ready for a low. But when we start coming into this green zone where it's a low period, and we start hitting these support zones, then what happens is you start buying. Now, the bearish divergences are saying we are coming down to these levels here. Same with the wave count. But we just have to see when it happens. And if they start approaching this when we start coming to our low date that Woody's anticipating, then you just start buying. And we've seen what happens when these markets rally. They go straight up. So you can make money on both ways. But right now, people aren't really believing that the market's going down, because they've been so used to it just going up. So once we start breaking these support levels, let's say the 2040 is going to be important, and then down at the 2012, that's when you start seeing the panic sell-off. And if you're on the wrong side of the market, you're going to get absolutely crushed. So that's really it. I don't care what anybody is telling you right now. The trend is still down, and it's still down because we have yet to make a higher high. So that means the trend is down. We have a bearish head and shoulders pattern that's looking for a target to come down to the 1960 area. We don't really have any bullish divergences, but right now, the bears need to push it through this support level to get the push down here. The bulls need to get it above the 2083 for a possibility of a move up to the 2100. But right now, I think the move is going to be to the downside. So what we're doing, I'm keeping the same. Anybody that signs up for the sentiment timing, you're getting a free membership to Markets Path, where I do these types of videos, but more just on a technical basis. Every night I do morning notes, just give you an idea of what's going on. Any trades that I'm making, I'll send you out a trade alert, and then we have a trading room if you're interested in going and chatting with some people that are trading. And that's really, about all we have. And, when you have the confidence of knowing when to expect a turn, and you're able to back it up with a sentiment, which is kind of a trading secret because nobody really knows anything about it, and you have the best market timer in the world that's been following both the sentiment as well as these technical timing indicators for over 35 years, you're able to make these trades and with a lot of confidence. When we're screaming up here, you just know you need to be shorting at resistance, because we're going to get this kind of move. And when you're anticipating these kinds of moves before they happen, you're really able to make a lot of money. And like I said, I traded IWM, and this was that move on IWM. It was it got absolutely annihilated. So right now, again, the trend is it is down, nobody's really picked up on it yet. So if you are interested in finding out when the low date is, and really to start anticipating when these turns are happening, sign up. But we have I'm not sure what special they're putting out today, but we have a big marketing campaign going out, so we're probably not going to keep it out for that long. So with that, until next week, have a great week of trading.